Hello, hello. Yes, it's Sunday night, and these three bottles of Fabri-Tac prompted me to feel like I needed to go live tonight. That's the way it is. Ay, ay, ay. How's everybody's day going? And thanks for joining. If you are new here and you are watching, or if you're watching on the replay, hello, hello. Uh, this is just going to be a really impromptu, fun, uh, little chat. And I've got lots of things to tell you about. I have lots. Hey, bestie. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Denise. I have an entire list of items, of things that I want to ask you about. And one of the things that I oftentimes say, especially I did it with my kids, and you guys, if you have children, you probably said this too, but I'm like, you know what? Don't let somebody else drive your bus, or you're the captain of your own ship. And usually that was in context of, peer pressure or, um, making decisions or whatever it might have been, right? Well, tonight you are all going to be the captain of my ship and you're driving my school bus because I have some things that I need help with. And who better to answer those questions than each and every one of you? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to first tell you about these dang bottles of Fabri-Tac. So I intended to go live today. I have two choices on Sunday. One, I can post a haul video that I've pre-recorded, or I always reserve that for if I want to go live. And I thought, well, I think I'm going to go live. I am not at my house, as you can tell. And Dave left earlier. My parents were up here. I'm at the lake. My parents were here earlier. They all left. And I was like, I'm just going to go live. It's going to be quiet. And I'll just see if my friends want to hang out with me. And I had some things I was intending to work on and thought we would do a little craft and chat, but I had a glue issue. I didn't note to self, if you are a traveler, always look through your travel craft bag before you leave because inevitably you're going to forget something or have run out of something and forgot about it and it's something you need. In my case, it was glue. I mean, come on, people. Who doesn't have glue? So here's what happened. And I want your opinions on this because this is a serious question. So Dave had to go to Menards, and I thought it was a Saturday. Hobby Lobby was open, but that might have pushed him right over the edge if I sent him to Hobby Lobby. So I said, Dave, let me look it up on Menards. I looked it up and I said, let me see if they have fabric glue. They do. Now, I have not cracked this bottle open, I sort of cracked it open and I'm like, this is not going to work for what, it's not going to be like my Fabri-Tac, right? But Menards does sell fabric glue. It's Gorilla Glue. And this is what he brought me home. And he goes, that was $7.50 some cents. Yeah, I know. Glue is not cheap. Has anybody used this before? And if you have, does it work? It seems to me like this would be more of a adhesive that you might use instead of like, I don't know how to sew, but I need to put a hem in, so I'm just gonna Gorilla Glue it. But when I got it and it was in this packaging, I was like, this is not gonna cut it. So I also asked him to go to Dollar General. And then I called him off because my mom and I ended up going there. And all they had was Elmer's clear washable glue and extra strong formula, which I have never seen this before. I didn't know what it was. And this is what I used yesterday. Hey, Dan, I used this. Hi, Susie. I used this yesterday on one of my videos. And this is not this. If you guys use this and have success with it, tell me how. Because it was sliding all over what I was working on. And I mean, it's all I had to go with besides glue sticks. So another reason I went to Joann's. And then I had, I have all of these glue sticks, which they're all just fine. This one's one of my favorites. It's called Glue, Gloo. These are just ones I probably thrifted. These I got from Temu. This is a Scotch stick. Now my personal favorite is, oh my gosh, what was it called? It used to be called Scotch Create. And now it's just in a white packaging and it's called something different, but it's the same thing. So I had plenty of glue sticks, but I didn't have any of this. So I go to Joann's, and now I've been to my Joann's in Des Moines, and it's like empty. Like there's hardly anything there. And I'm sure that as they are doing their closeout, the gal told me today at the end of May is when they're done. I don't know if you guys have heard differently at your places, but this is in Mason City, which is kind of about 30 miles away from the border of Minnesota. So it's very northern Iowa. And I bought all 3 baby Fabri-Tac bottles that they have. Now, these were only 25% off, so I wasn't saving a ton of money. Demi, did you remember the word that you called it? Because I looked something up, and I sent a note to Demi and Dave and Landon, and I said, hey, what's that word that you use when packaging isn't like all the way full? And I bring this up because I'm going to sit this there for a minute. Well, here, we can do one that's already. So I'm going to put my finger right here. There is an inch. That's at least an inch. That is absolutely empty. I'm like, now my big bottles have historically always been full to the rim, but I just paid $7.20 some cents for this, and it's not even full. Do any of you also have? I mean, did I just get ripped off and somebody used some of it? I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been used. The little tabs are still on it, but Veronica said the one oh, they're still getting trucks. See, the Mason City one, it was still getting trucks too. And so they had a lot of stuff. And I have to say, it was very well organized. Now, the last time I was there, it was a hot mess, but it was very well organized this time. And I don't know if any of you have this at your Joann's, but they also said there's big yellow signs all over, and it says, get 30% off extra. Apply now. So they're not keeping employees. Obviously, those employers are going to find other employment. And so, if you want a job for a short minute, go to work at Joann's and get a whole bunch of bargains. But long story short, I would really like your opinion about if any of these other glues have been successful for you. And if so, how do you use them? Because I was not successful with these. So I went and got my Fabri-Tac. They did not have art glitter glue. They didn't have anything like that. But I muddled through my way through my project with what I had yesterday, and it was fine. So, hey, Peg. Yeah, see, it's so weird. And when I order mine, like in a case, I order the big bottles, and they're always full. So it's a mystery. It's a mystery. So that was oh, you're fine. No apologies ever on this channel. But we've got a lot of decisions to make because as much as I plan for all of my videos, I guess I forgot that April was going to be here very, very soon. And I didn't plan for my Give a Scrap project. And so my mom and I had to kind of improvise, and I have some things, and you guys are going to decide what I'm going to work on for my April 1st video, which is when Give a Scrap kicks off. And I don't have it in front of me right now because I don't have a printer here. But If you look in the description, I did include every single one of the creators, and there is an amazing lineup of artists that are going to be participating this year. And if you don't know what Give a Scrap is, it was something that I started last year. Earth Day is in April. April is my birthday month. And I love just trying to work with scraps and challenging myself and using up what I've got. So I used the hashtag Give a Scrap. We had a collaboration last year. We had so much fun. We also did the Give a Scrap on. You need something to look at while I'm here. Let's look at some scraps. We also did some challenges on the Makers Market, which I'll pop that up here. And I already listened to you because you guys told me on Tuesday's sale while I was up here. You said, I said, well, what should I use? And I said, well, I'm in at the lake and at Moe's, and she's got scraps. So I went down. I have a little area that I put all the things that I like to work with, and I put Angie's stuff. So I'm hoping that it stays in there and I can just go grab from it once in a while. But this is all and you said we want you to use fabric. So we will be using all of these fabric pieces. So I need to have some decisions made on what I'm going to create. And I've got all of these fabrics. I'm not going to flip through all of them. I'm just going to flip. Oh, look at this. These are little pieces that are already put together, pinned together. So are these. Now, this looks very much, I don't know if Demi's still here, but some of these, not necessarily these, but these all look like some of the fabrics that she made Demi's quilt out of. The quilt that she had on her bed. But I've got all of these. Oh, here's more that are already done. So we're going to use these, and I also have this bag. But here's what I'd like to do first, and I want you guys to tell me, what am I going to use all of these scraps with? Oh, it's getting hot in here. I don't know if Dave's watching tonight, but he's probably like, yeah, because you probably have it up to 80. And just so everybody knows, it was 75 here on Saturday, and there is already an inch of snow on the ground right now. Yeah, not a joke. I'm like, I looked out all of a sudden, I was getting ready for this, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's a blizzard. I could call it lake effect snow, but the lake is just like a regular lake. It's not like Lake Michigan, so I'm pretty sure that's not it. All right, so here's what my mom and I did. She was sorting through some things, and I said, Mom, I need some junk. I need some real junk. And I asked her if she had gotten any mail. Well, Mo's address has been changed, so she's not getting mail. So you also said use junk mail envelopes and things like that. I'm like, well, I don't have that. So let me show you what we have to work with. And then I want you all to weigh in and tell me what you want me to work with. But I'll show you this first. Dave was cleaning up in his, we have a trailer and it's got his tools and stuff in it. I had found one of these. I did not know that they were actually the metal trays that you could paint on them, and that's what it's kind of like paint by numbers, but on a little baby tray. And the tray's only about this wide, so 7 inches by 5. And I was like, that you were an amaze. Oh, somebody wanted $8 for that. I wonder if it was at an antique store at one time. Initially at Lee Ward's in Elgin, Illinois, it was 69 cents. He came up and he said, hey, do you want this? And I said, you were absolutely a junk journaler's husband, because who else would find this thing? They would be like, chuck it in the garbage. And I'm like, yes. And I didn't realize that that's what this was. So this is something we have. It would have went to the garbage otherwise. I I don't think, unless you are absolutely adamant that hi Sandy, that this is something you want me to work on. I have done DVD journals before. I did a VHS journal for Meg at Chasing Retro for one of our collabs. But this is pretty cool. And look, I think this could be a cool cover. I mean, I would do a Dirty Dancing journal, but I'm not doing a whole journal. So this probably won't work. But I am going to keep this because I think we can create something pretty awesome. But and if not, I'll just watch the movie. One of my favorite movies, right? Okay, so I have that. I'll put it up here so you guys can weigh in. Hi, Miss Joanie. My husband's learned to check with me before he throws anything away. That's very smart. Mom brought these or gave this one to me, and I don't know who these people are, but I collect vintage Christmas greeting cards or Christmas photos, and so that is not part of Give a Scrap, but it was in the pile. And here's the funny thing. This was in Mo's stash. Now, I cannot tell you how many times I have bought these, how many times I have sold these, how many times I have used these. And the funny thing is that she had one right in her house. So I brought it home and I already pulled the pages apart so I could use each one. So we could use this. Is it a scrap? That could be, I mean, it could be kind of contended with, like whether it's really a scrap. But we do have that. So we've got that to play with. Let me see what Joanie is saying. You love Chipmunk Angela. Oh, I'm sure you do. This also not garbage, but I'm going to save this because I'm going to do a video and you guys can tell me. It's a Bolo book that I found from one of my favorite magazine creators, I guess. She created it. This was in a frame, and this is called quilling. So I thought perhaps, and it was going to get donated. The frame got donated, but I thought we could, I don't know if I can do it, but maybe we can use this and I can pull these off without ruining them. I don't know. I also unboxed, what was this from? Oh, it was plates, plates and bowls. So, we could use some of this and I have another Give a Scrap because I'll start it on April 1st and I'll end it on April 30th. So I do have one back at home already planned. But, this is just corrugated cardboard. It's not pulling apart very well. So I could use some of these. And I kept several different sizes. And I did keep these. I think these were inside of the bowls. But aren't these kind of interesting? Like, I don't know. Oh, and they're white on this side. I didn't realize that. Now, remember, you guys are all deciding what I should be or should not be doing. So, there we go. We got those. I did find just a little folio. This is from the telephone company, like cable. So, we could do something with that. Now, let me show you just a couple other things, and then I'll show you what I thought we might work on, but you guys can say, nah, don't do that. I found one business reply card. I mean, it was slim pickings. These are not junk mail, but she had some envelopes, so I grabbed a few of those in case we want to use those. I found one Norman Rockwell business reply card. Let's see. And then finally, the thing that I thought I might use, but anytime you guys say, nope, don't do that, you can trump it all, right? Is this Barbara Streisand live in concert. Sorry, Babs, you're going to get covered up if we decide to use you. But this was what was inside of it. And at first I thought that, oh gosh, see, they stick together. So this was here and this was somewhere else. This one was somewhere else. And I thought, oh, they would actually make really cool covers, but this has like an edge on it. So I'm like, I don't think that's probably a really good idea. So we could use maybe the CDs themselves, or we could just listen to little Barbara Streisand music. But when I started taking this apart, this piece was in here, so it was an insert. So we could maybe make this into a journal. This is a pocket, and I'm assuming, oh no, that one's not a pocket. Okay, that's not a pocket. And then this lifts up, so we could do something with that. And we could use the fabric. So, talk to me, peeps. What do you think? Oh, and then the one thing I guess we could do, Mom sent me home with all of this stuff in this box. So the box is really pretty too. So we could incorporate that. But first decision that you have to make is what should I use? I'm leaning towards, I mean, I kind of want to use some of this, but I've used this in videos quite a bit. I'm leaning towards this because it's different. Like, you know, I've used the business supplies. I've used the envelopes. I've used boxes. I've never used a CD holder. I've never used, this is somebody's handmade art. Use Babs. Everybody's saying Babs. Even Dave says Babs. All right. Babs it is. Oh, that just made my life easier. Should we try to see if we can take some of these off? That could be a mess. And then we'll save Dirty Dancing for a video all in itself. Okay. So that's that decision made. Yay. You guys see? Dave's like, gosh, I better weigh in here because I usually don't always get a choice. He's like, oh, I get to make decisions for my wife? That's awesome. So I'll keep those and we'll put this with the fabric and we are set to go on that project. Okay. Now, oh, let me move this other stuff away. What do you guys want to see next? Let me look at my list here. Laura, hi, Laura. I've missed you, sweetie. One thing I do want to tell you is, in the comment or in the description is the lineup. Oh, Peg, that stinks. She's sick. Yucko. Not fun. The lineup for Give a Scrap is in the description. So if you haven't already, go check them all out. There's some really great, well, every single person is wonderful. But make sure you're subscribed to those so you don't miss them. And also, I have a playlist called Give a Scrap. And so I will put, every time somebody posts something, I'll put it in there. But if you just follow the hashtag, you're fine with that too. The other thing is, if you are a member of the Makers Market, we'll be doing a version of Give a Scrap over there too. I gotta move some of this glue out of the way because it's just about to topple. So let me put this up here real quick. I have to go over here, and I'll give you the link. Come on. There we go. And this way you can go over there because I'm going to ask you your input about some live sales, some impromptu live sales this week. And you'll want to make sure that you are a member of the Makers Market as well. You guys were like, there was not even a question You know what I should do? I should look at the songs that are on there, like for inspiration, and see if anything like really drives that bus. Okay, so now Denise Gardner is here. I don't think Victoria is here or Debbie DePaul, but I need some decisions on what I'm going to do for videos this week while I'm here. So my thought is this. I have a lot of projects that have to get done that are not YouTube, junk journal, artsy fartsy related. I'm glad you're here too, Laura. I've missed you so much. On Tuesday's sale, I sold all 3 of these mini ideals journals with the caveat that they were not finished. These 2 right here will be cinched journals, and this is going to be a traditional sewn in journal. So do you guys want to, what they all said, all 3 of the girls that bought them said, yeah, zhuzh them up, make them pretty, add some extra bling and things to them. Would you like to have me do a video where I finish these and then add, because they're naked right now. They're, as I always call, they're my naked journals. So they don't have any ephemera yet in them. I have a few things set aside, but what do you think? Should I do a video on that this week? Because whatever you tell me, I'm going to put it in order of importance, and that's the way that I'm going to do it. Yeah, I thought it might be fun for especially those of you who bought these too, to see, what I create. Now, we could always do it live, and then you could really boss me around and say, I don't want that in there. Do something different. All right, so I'm putting that over here as we'll see. I've got a couple people saying yes. You do, Angela. Oh, you're so sweet. All right, before I make any more decisions, you're going to have to make another decision, but do you want to see what I got at Joann's? I still got more glue to move out of the way. Jiminy Christmas. Now remember, I only went for glue. But what I show you is going to lead to what I also need. Okay. So I went for glue. I bought myself an early birthday gift, and I need some advice on this. What is this thing called? I haven't thrown the box away yet. Here. Fiskars Precision Trimmer cuts thick materials, dual rail system, eliminates blade wiggle, self-sharpening blade, never needs replacing. Does anybody have one of these? This is like the big kahuna of trimmers. And I feel like I need some advice on this because I have several of these little ones, and I put these in my travel bags. I've got them over the years. Well, this one needs this blade replaced, but they're handy. They're not very thick. I mean, look at this. This thing is humongous. So if you have one of these, how do you use it? Do you use it on the daily? Should this become my, I use this every single time, just keep it next to my workspace? I don't know. But I mean, this is I feel like it's a DeWalt piece of equipment. It's like one of Dave's tools. Listen to that. Wow. But it was on clearance at a crazy, I think it cost $50. And I thought, well, I would never have bought one otherwise, so I bought it. Now, as I show you these things, I think everything I'm going to show you now, yeah, don't hurt yourself is for sure. You have the Tim Holtz one. Okay, it works fine, but I have a hard time cutting a straight line. Well, gosh, I can't cut a straight line with scissors, so. All right, so I'm going to show you this haul, but in the back of your mind, be thinking about this. I have a lot of things that are not, as I said, are not artsy, craftsy related that I have to get done this week. But in order for me to be productive, I need to take breaks and do some other things. So my thought is I have enough stuff that I could do a live sale every day and maybe two, like do one on just YouTube and one on the Makers Market / YouTube and sell everything else that I've got here because everything that sold on Tuesday I'm taking home and bundling up. So if people wanted to bundle them, I could do that. But while I was at Carrie's not here, I don't think, the paper monkey, but the other day, yesterday, while I was painting, Kerrie was doing a live and she was showing all of, no, was that yesterday? Maybe that was Friday. She was showing her haul and she had bought all of this ephemera and all of these things. Well, not that I forgot that she did it, but when I went to Joann's, that was not on my mind. What was on my mind is getting that dang glue. And I'm like, oh, as soon as I walked in the store, I was like, wait a minute. I know several people wanted those and they, didn't have them at their store. They couldn't order them online. So I went and looked and I shot some pictures. I said, okay, did you have this at your store? Do you need it? And so I kind of did a little personal shopping for Carrie. And I said, should I buy all this stuff? Like, do you think people are going to want this? I mean, I'm going to start the bid at what I paid for it. Why not? Right. And she's like, yes. So I did. And I have some things. I think there's maybe, I kept one of these. I did not keep any of these. And then I kept two others. And I think there are two that she showed. So I bought them all. And the gal was like, the young girl was so cute. She's like, we don't have, and they always say in their stores, we don't have any large bags anymore. And I'm like, that's okay. Can I go take a box from the shelf? She's like, yes, go get one. So at any rate, I bought these so that I could bring them to you if in your area you don't have them. You'll of course you'll have to pay shipping, but if you already have a box of stuff coming your way, you can add these to it. So my thought is, what do you think about me doing maybe a daily live sale, either just here on YouTube or on YouTube and on the Makers Market? So maybe we bring them to the Makers Market in the morning and then I wait until the evening, and that would give me a break between all my projects, and I could do it that way. So tell me what you think, and then put in the comments. Do you want to see any of this? Do you want to look at anything? This has 465 pieces. This has 565 pieces. This has 489 pieces. 400, 465, 431. Carrie's like, you're gonna have yourself a good old time forever. And I'm like, well, I don't need all of this. I also did pick up the Tim Holtz washi. I'm not keeping it. But I thought somebody would like it. And there was only one of them, so I did pick up that. And then I picked up two of the Vicky Boughton's Art for Everyone ephemera pack. Okay, so you work in the morning. See, that's good to know. Maybe I should do a poll and say, gosh, I already did a poll today, I think. Which, thank you guys. If you haven't responded to today's poll about what you want to see in the future, let me know. But maybe I should put a poll at like what times would work best for you. Because I'm thinking I'm just going to do one every day because it'll give me a break and something to look forward to. But I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I know for sure this is one I got for Carrie, and I know she doesn't have this one, and so she did not show it. So let's take a look at this. And this one matches this. So these two go kind of together. But this is all springy, McSpringy scent. But I kind of want to look at these. And I did write on the bottom of every one of like how many I have of them. And I'm like, really, should I buy these? And she's like, yes. Whenever you need somebody to enable you, just phone a friend. It works every time. What do you guys want to see first? Veronica says, my store is out of everything. Tim Holtz right now. I'm hoping well, my store in Des Moines was out of everything. Like I wanted to go get thread. There wasn't a spool of thread to be had. Oh, but I am going to give you a tip. If you are going to your, I'm going to cut myself if I don't pay attention here. If you are going to your local Joann's, if you have one, what I would suggest is, and maybe you already know this, generally, just like at a Victoria's Secret, they have all of their items out on display. And then directly underneath, they have pull-out drawers. Those pull-out drawers usually have more supply in them. Open them up and look in them. Because I bought a little bit of rickrack. I bought all the rickrack that was available, which was about six things. Because Carrie said, look for the rickrack. I said, I got it all. I'll send you the rickrack. But they do have more in there. So always look to see if there are shelves underneath with drawers and then pull those drawers out. It's my suggestion. Okay, now these were a little more expensive. I think original price was $22. So they were, I do girl math, so if my math was not exactly right, I thought they ended up being $11.49. So 12, let's do girl math, $12. And then these with the 563 pieces of ephemera. And I have to be honest, when I was watching Carrie's live, I was working, so I didn't get to see her flipping through everything. I was just enjoying her company. So I really don't know what's inside of these, but she assures me it's going to be a million times of fun. These were $20 originally, and they were $10, so they were half price, so $10. See, there you go. But these are all like chipboard. And here's what I would tell you: if you're watching this and you are extremely new to junk journaling, or scrapbooking, or mixed media, or any type of paper art, these are great to start with. Hey, Paper Trails. Yeah, you didn't have any thread left either. Hi, Susan. Susan is, I totally love it. I think today the day, Susan, that your video comes out where you showcase all of the channels that are doing cool stuff. I think it's on Sundays. And if you haven't checked her out, please do, because she spends an exorbitant amount of time showcasing all of the channels that do collabs and that have, like live sales going on, or the give a scrap, or whatever is happening. If you send her that information, you have a channel, or if you send her that information because you know about one and you want to showcase it for somebody else, send it to her. Her email is always at the end of her videos, and she does a superb job. I look forward to that, and that's one of those that I'm like, I cannot watch this when I'm sleepy. I cannot watch it unless I have total focus. The phone needs to be shut down. The TV needs to be off, and I'm looking at it on my iPad, because she has done an amazing job. Yeah, so check her out. So now all of these come with similar types of things, but I was curious about these because these are all like golds and neutrals and beautifulness. There's flat back goodies. Oh, look at, do you guys remember when I did these and I made them by hand? out of paper clips. I made paper clips into paper clips and made hearts out of them. It was an epic. Well, they were fine. It was during the 100-day challenge around the house that I did. Mine do not look as cute as these do, and I know you can't see them. Let's just take one out. But I didn't know that they made them like this. Now I know. I would have been much better off buying them because they were not that easy to make. But it was a fun little challenge. Oh, wait, these are all different things. But this is what I was attempting. Mine did not look like that. I can assure you that. But that's fun. But this is cool because there's so many things. This is all you need. Like, for example, they've put thread in these. And I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these full of thread. Each one of these will bind a journal. So you could use this and some paper and you'll be set to go. And I'm not going to take all these out because I'm not keeping these. These are coming to you guys because, well, I hope they're coming to you guys because I certainly don't need all of these. But these are all stickers. Let's just open them up and see what's in here. Susan is also participating in the Give a Scrap Challenge, so you definitely need to go over. Oh, these are like stickers. So they're like puffy stickers. Oh, that's fun. Oh, happy day. There's little birdies. Oops. I see I don't want to get them all mixed up. You know, one of the things that I think that, and I know several folks that have a channel have went shopping. I just don't generally go to Hobby Lobby. Well, Demi and I go to Hobby Lobby for projects, but it's few and far between. So, I don't always know what's there. Oh, you be safe, Paper Trails. We're having a blizzard and you're having a tornado warning. That's not cool. Jeez. Let me put all these back in here. I don't know if it's a blizzard. I'm probably exaggerating, but snow at the end of March. Oh, here's more. These are all little flatback stickers. Those are cool. Now, I apologize if I'm oohing and awing over things that, if you've watched other people do this, that you know. Because like I said, I don't generally go to these stores, but, so this is all new to me. And when I was watching Carrie's, I wasn't watching, I was just listening. Yeah, these are all sequins. So shaker cards galore. I know that's loud, I apologize. There's 4 different, I think in each pack, there's 4 different rolls of washi. And I have 3 of these that I kept, but I will not be keeping my washi. So I'll probably just bring them and put them all together and sell them as a bundle because I have so much washi I don't need anymore. So I'd rather have somebody who wants it to have it or throw it in, as a bonus or whatever. Look at these. These are all chipboard. Poor Paper Trails. That stinks. These are cute. Made with love. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but I love to use like the scraps that I just showed that were Mo's scraps and then just layer these up to add dimension. And these look so cute on there. I'm not going to show you everything. And I know some of you are probably like, show us everything. But here's the thing. I like surprises, if you don't already know that. So I always like to put things in my packages that are surprises that you don't think you don't know you're getting. And I just think it's fun to open it up and just go, oh, this is awesome. These are little puff balls. These are like Iowa Hawkeye colors or bee journal colors. But what did I say? There's 465 pieces just in this one. So should I do a live sale? And I don't know that maybe I missed it. Do you guys want me to go live on the daily? Do you say no? Because this week is not a live sale, a regular live sale. We don't have one. And normally I would not have a live sale on my week off, but because I'm here by myself, I feel like I have the capacity to do it. And okay, let's just get real. I don't want to be lonely, so I would rather hang out with all of you. Eat cake. Speaking of being lonely, I told Dave when he left, I'm like, I already missed you. And he called me like a couple hours later, and 3 hours later, I guess. And he had a meeting that he had to go to. And he said, well, I was calling you because I wanted to know if you needed anything before or on my way home. He goes, then I realized, oh, she's not at home. Because he always does that. Do you need anything before I come home? And I said, I know. Man, this is awesome. These are really cool. Look at those little frames, just because there are so many opportunities here. And like I said, this one I'm not keeping, so. The world needs more of you. Yes, they do, everybody. This is pretty cool. And the cool part is these are all chipboard. Lots of letters, lots of really neat sentiments. I'm being all neat and tidy. Oh, I started to say, Kerrie was like, oh, well, how should I organize these? And I was like, well, this is kind of organized for you, right? But these, I'm not sure about. I haven't opened them up. I'd be like, I don't know if I'd take them. But then where do you store them like that? How do you guys store your stuff? Do you store them by color? Do you store them by theme? I'm kind of a theme / color girl. I know a lot of people say, okay, it's this brand, Park Lane, and then they store all of their, excuse me. Yes, I do know you will, Denise Gardner. I love hanging out with you. Denise Gardner and I, well, we don't live that far away from each other, a couple hours apart. We're planning a trip. It's well, I don't know. I'm planning the trip. I don't know if she's going to show up and hang out with me or not, but it's 170 miles of yard sales. And I have suggested that she come my way first and then we drive back her way. So she does an overnight on my end and then I'll do an overnight on her end. And because I feel like it would be way more fun to do it that way. And then Dave can drive not just one Miss Daisy, but two. Oh, see, I just messed this up already. So there were all these pieces in between here. Look at this. I'm just going to kind of flip this way. And look at all the vellum. Okay, this is you know what? To be very honest, $22 for these, and what was the original price of these? No, $23 for these and $20 for these is still a great price, I think, at full price. I mean, absolutely, especially if you're just getting started. Laura also, by the way, Denise Gardner, Laura also lives near, well, I don't know how near she lives to you. Oh, crap. Well, I just ripped that one. Somebody will have to do some. Can't take me anywhere. But Laura is also not far. She's in the Midwest as well. If she wants to tell you, she can tell you. Wow. Look at that. That's what happens. Holy cow, that scared me to death. What you don't know is 3 minutes and 57 seconds before the live was supposed to start, I needed a extension cord. So I had to go scrounge an extension cord. And I had it very nicely and neatly set over there, but these are really cool. Yeah, but Girl, where you live is not very far from where Denise lives. Remember, it's very near where I used to live in Springfield. And it's a nice little road trip. By the way, I don't know if I told you that one of our daughters, Laura, no, because I haven't seen you forever. She decided to go to Lawrence to school. So she's been there. This is their second year there. Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'm not going to show you any, but what I will show you is that's all chipboard and die cuts. And here's the other thing. You guys all know I do not like to die cut. So this would be my glory days. Joanie, here's what I am finding. Now, if any, I wish Kerrie were here, but if anyone watched Kerrie's live, I thought she said her packs of these were 30% off. When I went today, these were 50% off. So I think they're just different every single place. And then also the thing you need to watch for that I just realized today that I didn't know before. Look at this. This is just still chock full. For example, buttons and not beads, but two things I did not buy. Buttons and something else. Whatever you buy, and they were things I loved, but I was like, I do not need these. I'm not going to buy these. Were an additional 30% off whatever the discount was. So the buttons were 50% off and they were another 30% off. So I mean, that would have been a steal of a great, but I don't need them. And, I didn't know if you guys all did, and you all have them. Yeah, I was wondering, Denise, you said that you went to an estate sale. Okay, I'm not going to go through any more of this. This is all for you guys to explore. And you went with a friend from Washington State. Oh my gosh, that had to be a killer fun time. And somebody just said that prices will start dropping fast as soon as the trucks stop arriving. Yes. And the gal that I was talking to, she said, I don't know if she knew something and then she kind of slipped and then changed her mind, but she said, well, it's only a few more weeks. And I was like, wait a minute. And she's like, well, it's supposed to be May 31st. And she did kind of allude to that very same thing, Veronica, that they're still getting trucks. But I told her, you know, the town that I'm in, I'm going to show you the Vicky Boughton stuff. This is really cute too. She said I said, you guys have tons of stuff here. I said, it is wiped out in Des Moines. And she said, yeah, I don't think, or things aren't selling as fast here as they thought they would be. So I don't know if they thought that because the town is a little smaller and there's not as much. I mean, they do have a Hobby Lobby. I think they might have a Michael's too. I'm not sure. But been there, done that, real life. She said it's not selling as fast as they thought it would here. And I'm sure that they were thinking consumers are going to suck it up in a small town where they don't have as many options. And that hasn't been the case. And so now they're full of a lot more supplies. I'm telling you, I found it. And if my family is watching, they're like, if you even think about buying another sewing machine, you're crazy. But they have I don't know which one it is, the Brother sewing machine on steroids. And It was only 25% off, but I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. I looked at it forever and I was like, no. Maybe I should ask for that for my birthday. No, I have other things I want for my birthday. I'm not going to ask for that, but oh, it had 99 different stitches. And I'm like, oh, I could have so much fun with that. But I'm kind of hard on equipment when it comes to, if Dave's watching, he would say that. When it comes to, I mean, I use my tools, right? But so the Singers, the Husqvarnas, those really heavy duty sewing machines are the way I need to go, because I'll try anything. I'm like, well, I'm just sewing paper. And if you watch, oh gosh, when did I share that? Landon had a jean jacket that he wanted me to alter and add about 4 or 5 inches to the bottom of it so he could wear it. And he had the idea and the vision, and we made it happen. But I was like, dang, I should have probably, these are cool. I should have changed my needle. I should have been, like, I should have really done a lot of things before I started that project. But it all worked out. He has a new jean jacket. It's all good. These are cool. And this is called Art for Everyone. These are neat. But then, in addition to these, all these die cuts, this was intriguing to me. Oh, and look, there's PET or PET stickers. I don't know. The ones that are, maybe they're not stickers. See, now, Veronica, I've never shopped at Joann's. Like, if I needed, Landon did, oh, look at that. That's pretty. I know you can't see that very well, but look at how gorgeous that is. And this is acetate. I'm not a huge Michael's or Joann's shopper. I mean, I guess my go-to, just because it's probably closest to me, is Hobby Lobby. So I can't honestly tell you. I couldn't give you price comparisons whatsoever. What I can tell you is, from a Hobby Lobby perspective, I'm very disappointed in. They need to take the hobby out of their lobby, because there's more furniture because of the buyout with Bed Bath & Beyond than anything else, and which is fine if that's what you're looking for, but I go there for the craft stuff. All right, so did anybody say your last day is May 28th, but they will only close when everything is gone? Oh, I know. And you guys, pay attention to that. As Veronica just said, pay attention to those fixtures. If you need things for your craft room, that is what you should be looking at. Like, how can you purpose that for your craft room? Because you could build an amazing space. Like, I was designing rooms that I don't even have when I was in there. I was like, oh my gosh, this rack would be awesome. Now, my grandma, has something similar, and I'm pretty sure that this is probably what they were used for. If not like clothing, they were used at like a fabric store. And she's got those great big bins in her sewing studio, in her storage area, that are used. They're the drawers that slide out. They're really high quality, and they're deep. They're really, really deep. But like the ones where they put all of the patterns. So usually there's 1, 2, 3 drawers, and I don't know if they're all separate or if they're all together. But tonight, the ones I saw, there were 3, 6, 9 of them. And it was about 6 or 7 foot long. and it would have been counter height. Now, if you're someone who needs to sit down when you craft, you couldn't put a seat under it how it was. However, if they were each separate, you could have a 3 drawer here, a 3 drawer here, and you could get a piece to go over the top, and then you could put your chair underneath it, and there is some amazing storage and an entire craft cabinet. You could also, if you have a big room and a room big enough, you could take, let's imagine this. So let's say this is 3, 6, 9 of them, right? So you put 3 of them here with the drawers pulling out this way. And then you take another one, back it up, and you have 3 drawers coming out this way. You get an inexpensive top. And now you've got room all the way around. You could do storage on either side. And this is where you could sit with something overhanging. You're going to be able to get that stuff for very, very cheap. We have bought stuff from a grocery store that went out of business for storage. My mom has stuff in her craft room from that. It's amazing. So don't overlook that while you're looking. Yeah, Tuesday morning had some really cool stuff. Laura says I need another. Hey, Laura, by the way, I finally found, after all of these months, the flippin' attachment to the embroidery machine. And I was like, well, Laura already got her daughter one, so it's going to stay where it's at. I don't know if it's the best idea. It's just kind of what I do. I like to design things. And so I had all kinds of ideas, but I don't have room where I'm at. So somebody else needs to let me design their space. Okay, I have more Joann's things if you want to see them, but everything that I just showed you is not staying with me. I am bringing it to a live sale at some point. But look at what I found. I bet you were. Aw. I got a Holly Hobby hanging thing. So I have an idea to use this for home decor. And if you guys haven't went over to, this was specially handmade by Sue. So cute. I love Holly Hobby. If you haven't gone to my community page and answered the poll, that poll is what you guys want to see videos on. And a lot of you said you really enjoy like the flipping of houses, the before and afters, which is, one of the things that I promised myself I would do. And I just, the big C happened and we kind of shut down doing houses for a while. But we have some DIY projects that I think you might like. So make sure you vote. Definitely right now, the big one is you want more live sales. You want more craft with me lives. You like the lives. I just want folks to show up, because I don't want to be, I'd be sad if I had to just sit here and talk to myself. Do you want to see? Okay, so the other thing is, let me look at my list. Speaking of projects, which, projects are projects, but I've been leading you guys down this rabbit hole saying, we're making an announcement. We're going to make an announcement, but I have a big, big announcement. It's happening on April 15th. I need to sequester Dave to sit down and do a video with me, and then we're going to make the big announcement. You tell me, do you guys want us to do it live? I feel like I should do it as a pre-recorded video so you can kind of see the backstory, because I have quite a bit of video, but I will do it live if you want. Let me see. So far we're doing, you've already picked my project for a give a scrap. I'm going to finish the journals. for the girls. And am I missing comments? Because Laura, now you need an embroidery machine. Well, you know what I did with that embroidery machine? I took not the embroidery machine part of it, but I took the sewing machine part to our camper so that I had a sewing machine there. They would be like, sell it to Laura. We don't need a sewing machine in our camper. I'm just scrolling up. What I think I'll do, I mean, heck, what do I gotta lose, right? But I am letting you guys drive my bus, so you guys get to make all the decisions. Should I just hop on? Oh, do a premiere. Okay, let me think about that. Susan, you are very multi-talented. She said, I'm here, I'm listening, and recording at the same time. I want to hire you as my editor. How could I do it as a premiere? Okay, let's talk through this, ladies. So if you don't know what a premiere is something I record. And then I set it as a premiere so I can interact with you and you can all interact in the chat just like we're doing right now, but it's not live. It's a pre-recorded, like, tell us what you think. Oh, see, live. Isn't that Veronica? It is a talent. So my mom just said Mo's were used for patterns. You mean her embroidery machine? Mom, I was telling the girls the other day about being up here and Mo and I were crafting together, and she told me to just have at it with her sewing machine, and I looked at it and went, "Oh, I don't think I can do that. Like, that makes me nervous. Like, that's expansive. It's a fancy one." So not only do I have all of these things that I'm not keeping from Joann, but I have a whole tote full of stamps and Anna Griffin things. I have a bunch of things that, let me just show you. I don't think I showed these yet, but I have all of these Anna Griffin stamps that I don't think I brought at the last sale. A lot of backgrounds. I don't think I did, but I would really love it if I could, have you guys all get these. I have some things that didn't sell from last week's sale. And then this is how girl math works, right? So I opened up this tote. I don't know, it's a big old tote at the Goodwill or wherever, or I don't know, somewhere. And it was full of thread. And after I saw how much thread was, I was like, well, I'm just going to buy it. Well, and there was other things in there, most of which I'm not adding to my own personal stash, but I think you all need this. Like, for example, now I know I have these on the Maker's Market, but these are all wooden spools. Don't even get me started. I can make projects all day long with these. So could my mom. But I don't need to bring more of these into my house. Somebody needs these. This whole thing is all ribbon. There is all this vintage trim. I mean, so we could do something where we do ribbon and lace one day, or one for one sale. Look at the eyelet trim. Oop. This whole tote is full, and Angela is not keeping all of this in her life, but it's amazing. So, and there's some really pretty fabric. I was smelling it to make sure it didn't stink, because none of this will get washed before. Yeah, here's more. I think that's the thread that I'm keeping because I was like, oh my gosh, I need thread. But I've got a whole tote of this. It would be great to sell it all and put it in you guys' bags. I have bags for each one of you that bought the other day. So we could do a book sale and we could do a clearance sale. So we could do all of these things that didn't sell at the last sale. I have one little basket of those. I have all of the vintage greeting cards that I actually separated the other day, from baby to flowers. I mean, this thing is full. But I think it would be pretty fun. Lots of stamps, lots of, I'm looking. I've got all the buttons, which, by the way, I have a button video coming out because I took a few buttons out. I took all the, not all, but I took a bunch of the ones like this that only had like one button on them. And go ahead and put the stamps in your bag. I'm sure you'd be okay. Veronica oftentimes gets a lot of stamps that I'm like, well, there's two places that these stamps could go that didn't sell. They're either going to go to be redonated, or they're going to Veronica's house and she can have fun with them and do with them what she chooses, because she is a creative genius when it comes to stamps. So I've got a video coming out about how to use these, but I've got all of these. Like I will probably just sell this entire bag. But these are, a few of these things were things that didn't sell last week. I got fabric. I still have a little bit of fabric that didn't sell. What's all this business? Yeah, this is a bag of fabric. So if you didn't see what didn't sell last week, I sold a lot of it, but we got Wizard of Oz, we got cats, we got cracker. This one was a fun find. Now, several of these have not been laundered because I had just got them right before I did the sale. And a few of them are from Mo. Like this one was from Mo. This one I just picked up. Yeah, so there's just a little bit of everything. But I could take all the things that I had from previous sales and just do a clearance quick claim, and then you guys can just quick claim all of it. It made me happy. But I need to hear what you want. Oh, I bet, Laura. Yeah. You know, and sometimes it's just, things get old, but I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind the vintage smell of old books. But there's something about fabric. I mean, I have to wash it and make sure it smells good. I don't know. I think that was a thing with my mom and Mo. Like Mo washed every single piece of fabric as soon as she got it. Because you should do that if you're quilting. You don't want it to shrink after you've, quilted something, right? But Stampscapes with Kevin Nakagawa. I don't know who that is. I'll have to go check it out. Well, you really do have some beautiful ideas. What else? Am I forgetting anything that we haven't talked about? The biggest thing, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching right now, before we go, I want you to tell me, do you want, because I won't waste my time or yours if you don't want to do live sales, or live, I mean, we could do live craft too, but I was just thinking I would do Makers Market and YouTube. So, we could do the auction type sale on the Makers Market. So go to that link that's right. How do I do that? Right here, right there, and join. And what that is just like a collective community of artists. It's all of us hanging out. There are folks that crochet. There are folks that do woodworking. There are folks that do 3D printing, t-shirts, anything that's handmade, or people are destashing their stuff. So yes, you can sell your things there, but more importantly, it's like a Facebook group in one spot. Hey, Bexx. Oh, we're just hanging out. It's a place where you can ask for advice from all of the other creators, or you can say, hey, I'm thinking about selling this. What do you think? What would you do differently? Um, or if you don't have any intention of ever selling, it's a great place for us to just go and do a show and tell and show our work and uh, have some fun. We do some collaborations. We're going to do Give a Scrap over there as well. So I really do think if you haven't, if you need a really fun collective place to be, a one-stop place to be, that is it. And if you do decide that you want to sell stuff, we will be there for you. We do an onboarding, which will eventually, that onboarding will be something you can watch on demand. And then each month we'll just do a team meeting. But Carol and I are trying to get our lives on track so we have a little more time. But that is in our plans for this year before first quarter ends. So we'll try to do that. Yes, I know, Susan, and they are still working on it. And I will tell you, I have never worked with a team of, well, besides my son, uh, of engineers and software engineers that are so receptive. I mean, they are on it all the time, and they really are trying to get that Android app all up and running. So that is one thing that it frustrates them as much as it frustrates us. So I get it. Now we have an option. We could just all go to Apple, but I know everybody has their choices, right? And about the time somebody does that, then that's when they're going to come out with the Android app, and then they'll be like, "Dang it, I didn't need to do that." So just be patient, wait for it, because you know my dad is one of these things is not like the other. Every single one of our family members, all my siblings, nieces, nephews, my mom, are all Apple users. Not my dad, and he's not changing. So I totally get it. I feel like we need to be looking at. Let's look at Holly Hobby one more time. We'll look at Holly Hobby in there because she's so cute. Susan, were you not in the lineup on the description? I will go change that immediately thereafter, but you should be. How could that have happened? I copied and pasted. Well, that's probably my problem. Yeah, so make sure that you're subscribed, make sure you have your notification bells on. I think I'll put a poll out tomorrow morning and just say, oh gosh, maybe I'll do it tonight. I need to think that through because I don't want to overwhelm everybody. They're like, man, she can't make a decision to save her soul. um, so there is a poll up there right now that's asking about what kind of videos you want to see more of, and then I just need to think about timing wise. I could just why don't you guys? Hey Terry, if you wouldn't mind, if you're near your computer and not watching this, I know some of you are watching on your televisions tonight, but if you could just say AM being like 10 or after, or PM being 5 or after, which would you rather see alive in the morning or the night, AM or PM? That'll at least give me a little bit of idea. We have a couple PMs, we have an AM. What I think, Terry, what I might do is go on Maker's Market in the morning and go on YouTube at night. That way, I'll bring the things and people can, we'll do it because that's auction style, right? And then anything that doesn't sell during the auctions, then we'll just bring live at night, and then we'll just do a quick claim, and it'll go quick, and it'll be on YouTube, and that would probably work really well. So you could make sure you're on the maker's market. So if you really, really want something, you know, you can bid on it. And if not, then it'll come later and it'll be like, okay, clearance central. Maybe that's what we should do. I just talked myself into that. Do you guys like that idea? And we do an auction. You can go to the maker's market and you'll get notifications if you know, so choose. And then that way we just go through things. If there's things that don't sell, because everybody's schedule is a little bit different, and then we'll just clearance it at the end of the day. Veronica. I love Veronica. Veronica is also on our hop, as long as you have the stamps for later. Got it. You got it. Well, I appreciate you all being here. We're just we're an hour and 20 minutes in. I intended to go for about an hour. I now have to like clean my space up, but I'm going to clean it up with the intention of tomorrow morning, probably around between 10 and noon. Just watch the maker's market. I just need to figure out my schedule. I will do my first live auction there. And then I will come back, and I think 6 o'clock is a safe time. So 6 o'clock my time is 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. Yeah, that's probably pretty good, isn't it? I think that will work. Somewhere around then. And I'll just schedule them for the whole week. And then I'm committed. So I need to get all my other jobs done before I have my lives. Veronica, good job. You're better than me. I had to have you guys decide what I was going to do tonight. But also we will be doing the Give a Scrap. Thank you, ladies, for telling me what you wanted to see. I will also be finishing the 3 journals for the ladies who so graciously purchased these unfinished journals. And I'll be finishing those on camera for them. And I may even go live for that too. And then we'll do our lives and we'll have a whole bunch of fun. It's going to be excellent. April's a great month. It's a great month. I wonder if my mom's still watching. Because before we go, I have a question. This is the mystery thing. So, you know, my mom continues to give me surprise little bags. And today she gave me a bag that had a brass eagle. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know if you're supposed to put it outside or what. And a vintage Parmesan craft cheese shaker, which that I will use 100%, you know, with the big holes in the top that you used to see at Italian restaurants. And this, what the heck is this thing? It says the neg. Like, what do you do? These look like eggs. Do you put an egg in there? I don't get it. I don't know what it is. But I'm like, she must know what it is and thought that I could use it for something. I have no idea. But I'm like, I don't want to donate this thing if it's something I'm... Susan, serious? Normally what I do is I just put cold water over it and then I take the whole pan and I go, like, say this is the pan, and I just go and crack it up and then I peel it. But now I'm going to try this if that's what it's for. Huh. She must have known that. All right, well, put this aside. I'll put this in the cabinet and we'll figure out how to use it. That's what Google said. Yeah, I was like, what is this thing? At first I thought it was like a like a toy, like a kid's toy or something, and maybe it was missing something. I don't know. I had no idea. Well, there we go. Who needs Google when I've got all of you guys? That's awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with me. This was certainly fun. I'm glad I got to do a little impromptu. Now I'm going to go sit and watch a little Southern Charm, one of my favorite shows, and plan the rest of the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. It looks to me like it has stopped snowing outside, so maybe it's not a blizzard, it's just a lot of snow here. And I hope your week is wonderful, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, always have fun. Remember to take time for yourself and a little bit of self-care, and we'll see you soon. Hugs, everybody. You're all awesome. Thank you. Bye, ladies.